Get to know the babes behind the brand as they talk business, women supporting women, and share what it's really like to work in the fashion industry.
Welcome back. It's Donni, founder of Privilege. I'm here with my team.
Hey, it's Leah, operations manager.
Hey, it's Carley, wholesale manager.
And we opened PRIV Wine.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel like I need to explain my husky voice right now because this is gonna sound terrible. And
You actually sound almost normal.
thanks. I've been so sick all week, and it is just like I can't. There's nothing I can do. Tea isn't working. Hopefully, this PRIV wine will burn whatever's going on in there away.
You sound fine until you laugh, then it's like,
Yeah,
like
it's just
crackle.
I have. You know when you're so sick to the point where your eyes are burning and you just need sleep. That's where I'm at.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
We'll record and then you'll go home
Yeah. Yeah.
and probably not sleep because you have 3 kids.
Yeah. Totally. Go to my second job.
Let's intro our guest. This mega babe started her business with the mission to create beautiful hair for women who can feel fabulous from appointment to appointment. Their goal is to educate clients so they can recreate their look at home and love their hair so they can focus on all the other crazy things life has to throw at them, which is all of us.
Yeah. Right.
She found that so many clients were asking, how do I know what to buy for my hair? I have no idea where to even begin. And we literally all just asked her questions, like quizzed her before we started. The thought for a seasonal subscription box was sparked. They're taking the guesswork out of good hair days. Welcome, Nicole, owner of Pomme Salon.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
We're so glad to have you here.
I'm
so we
so
can quiz
excited. We just did like 4 consults with you guys. So
Yes.
I'm expecting to see your homework
Yes.
after. So as you guys mentioned, my name is Nicole and I own Pomme Salon in Kelowna.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a stylist for over 10 years now. And I also work as a colorist on L'Oreal Professional, the national portfolio artistic team.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, so I am a colorist for them, and so I get to travel and work.
Do you do hair shows?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was just in Halifax a couple weeks ago with them, so I got to go out there for my very first time. So it takes me a lot of places, and I run the salon, and I work behind the chair 3 times a week. So
That's
I keep
amazing.
myself very busy.
Yeah, you do. I love it.
yeah.
I love that you do the shows still. Like, I find that like it's so fun to stay up on trends because you don't necessarily get to do that in your everyday, right?
Yeah, 100%. And especially living in Kelowna, I love it because my specialty is blondes, but that's pretty much all I do all day long behind the chair. So when I travel, I get to dabble in some of the more colorful hair and a little bit more creative work.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a really great way to keep my inspiration flowing and my creativity flowing so I can take that back to the salon.
I love that. Not every woman that sits in your chair is going to want something like really fashion forward.
But hardly any.
Yeah. We're all pretty basic.
Everyone is pretty busy
Because
nowadays.
we're all just going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants good hair that's going to look good no matter what.
And be easy to maintain.
Air dry, easy to maintain, low maintenance, but looking bomb every day. So that's what we focus on at Pomme.
We only
I
need
love that.
45 products to achieve
Yeah.
that low maintenance look.
Seriously. I know
Exactly.
we go overboard sometimes.
Exactly.
Okay, let's dive into Boss or Bust. Donni, kick us off with your excellent story.
I'm going to take a bust. So I started a juice cleanse yesterday.
For obvious health reasons.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I think I need a detox and more like a nutrient surge. Like I just wanted to get all the vitamins. And so we did the Light Bod juice cleanse, and it's all organic, fresh pressed juices. Basically, like
We all are obsessed with light
we're
blood
all
juices.
so obsessed with it, but I'm also obsessed with AW, so that's a problem. And I'm so easily swayed. And when Ev texts me at 9 o'clock and he's like, screw this, I was still out. He's like, screw this cleanse, go pick up at Beyond Meat Burgers. I so quickly went to the drive-thru and did as he said.
Weak.
So weak, right?
She did day one.
So weak. But truthfully, like, I don't feel good on juice cleanses. Like, as much as I need the nutrient surge, I think I need food.
You need a bit of both.
I'm a food eater.
Yeah, like,
I need
I'm like,
substance.
this just feels like torture, and life is too short to be torturing myself. So now I'm just decided I'm going to drink juice. I'm still going to drink coffee, and I'm going to eat food. I'm going to do it whatever I want to do.
And you were saying, like, even at home, you're kind of set up for health anyhow because you have, like, a fridge full of good stuff.
I eat pretty clean, and even when I, like, cheat, I'm a moderate cheater. So I don't go overboard. I don't binge to excess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much like, oh, I'll have, like, one. Ev is not like me. So he was like, bring me 3 Beyond Meat burgers. I'm like, that's crazy.
Maybe too many.
He said 4, actually. He
You
is
capped
so
it.
all or nothing. I'm not an all or nothing person. I
No.
live in the gray. I cruise in the middle ground, and I can, like, have a healthy balance.
Yeah,
as
and
much
you,
as
like,
possible.
love, like, you have kombucha, like, on the daily.
Like, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, why would I not do that? I like my liquids, but that includes coffee, wine, and kombucha. So
Totally. Oh, and speaking of kombucha, Hoochie Booch, like, that we have a bunch in our fridge right now, too.
oh my God.
Okay.
I was going to actually share that too, because we, sorry.
Train of thought. Why don't I share my favorite flavor right now? You gather your thoughts. Okay, so first of all, Hoochie Booch brought us a bunch of their kombucha, and I'm obsessing over it still. I can't stop drinking it, and all of us, like, every time we crack one at work, we're like, fill our glasses. Like, we love Hoochie Booch. The flavor we had the other day, did you have some, Carly?
I think I did. It was
Bellini.
Oh, yes.
It was
that one
so yummy.
good. I had it in a
was
wine glass.
really
too.
good.
You know what I did? Okay, so I don't have a total bust week. I have a boss too, because I threw my mom a surprise 60th birthday on the weekend and had like 70 people at my house. So that's probably why I'm sick as well. But you know, when you have to entertain, there's like, you need alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
I use the Bellini as my non-alcoholic, actually.
That is such a good idea for entertaining, because then someone can still be drinking something in a wine glass that's, like, fun to sip on.
Yeah, and the flavors I had Bellini, and then there was a tropical one as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like different.
They're really light, flavorful, and they don't have added sugars. And cool fact, their head brewer is a woman.
And you could add
She's super
alcohol.
cool. You can spike it if you want.
Yeah, we made those a couple weeks ago. Did we do a gin kombucha
Yeah, we did.
drink? That
We
was
did.
so nice.
We did gin with their grapefruit, which was really nice and fresh.
I like
Yeah,
that.
we love Hoochie Booch. Go check them out. There's lots of stores local that carry them too if you love some kombucha.
So anyways, why would we limit that out of my diet? Like, juice cleanse or not?
Totally. Okay, well, actually, I'm going to piggyback on kind of the health kick, because my bust is that I haven't really worked out in a while. I kind of fell off the wagon for a
you
couple
stopped
weeks.
with your morning yoga?
Well, I haven't been doing yoga for a while. I've been doing like more of a workout routine. But then when we went away to Quebec last week, that threw my routine off. So yesterday I was like, hey, I have to get back in the routine, like even a 20-minute routine. I did one of my other routines, and apparently it takes your body only 3 days to get out of the cycle and like lose instant strength. So after like a week, I thought, yeah, it's 3 days. My husband's physio was telling him this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So anyhow, I did this routine last night that was like a lot of like squats. I did like probably, I think it's 100 lunges. I almost threw up.
What?
I feel like I'm so out of shape. I seriously was laying down for like half an hour. I almost threw up.
Do you think that's more mental than physical, though, really?
No, I really think it's physical. Like I couldn't walk for like an hour.
100
I went too
lunges.
far.
Yeah.
I just
I was
thought I
gonna
could
say
jump
100
right
lunges
back.
is a lot.
That's
of
like
lunges.
collectively what I've done in my lifetime is 100 lunges. Like, that's
I
crazy.
used to be able to do it no problem, but then after 2 weeks, I was like, oh no, I got to ease back into this crap.
The reason I'm saying is that mental is because I know even when you say you're like not healthy, you're still healthy.
I think healthy, but that doesn't mean fit.
It's true. That's true.
Anyhow, that was a bust last night. I just jumped back in and was like, I can't do that.
Okay, so you need to
so
take
sick.
2 days off, but not 3.
Not three,
not
never
1 and
three.
not 3.
Yeah. What's your boss or bust, Carly?
Okay, so this is a super bust. Boss, because I'm such a good girlfriend. My boyfriend had this heavy metal concert that he wanted to go to, and he wanted me to come, and his sister and brother-in-law were going. So I was like, family bonding. Okay, I'll check out
Over heavy metal.
this heavy metal concert. It was actually fun. I was so glad that I went. But I was drinking stadium wine, getting a little drunk, getting into it. And I was like, hey, I want to crowd surf. So
Oh my gosh, you went for it.
No.
we're going to go ahead and do that. And Dave's like, no, we're not. We're not doing that. I'm like, we're doing it. He's like, okay, fine. So he gives me this pep talk and he's like, listen, we're going to go there. There's going to be security guards. You got to rush in there and they'll try and grab you. You just got to squirm away. I'm like, yeah. I got this. No problem.
Imagine you jump and just fell right to the ground and no one caught you.
Okay, well, I didn't even make it that far. So just hold on. So we're coming up and with like no sort of indication that anything's happening, whatever. I know we had our pep talk before, but we're coming up and he just goes for it. Security guard grabs him, he squiggles away and just into the crowd. So there's me lurking around, like just trying to act all cool, fun, and flirty over here. And obviously being the biggest heat bag ever, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I like book it and 2 security guards like literally just throw me to the ground. I'm getting like trampled. This guy had to pull me into like an aisle seat and he's like, oh my God, like I can't believe your boyfriend just left you. I'm like, no, we had a plan, like it's fine.
We had a
You
plan
got
and
like
it fell
hogtied
through.
by security guards.
Totally.
Oh, man.
At a heavy metal concert. What am I even doing there?
That is so funny.
That's cool,
Yeah.
fun, and flirty right there.
cool, fun, and flirty. Yeah.
I like it.
Cool, fun, flirty.
So a little bit of a bust, but kind of a boss.
Well,
You
took a
tried it.
risk.
You went for
I
it.
did.
You didn't do it.
Good job.
But
I'm happy for
I
you.
commend you for it.
Thank you.
Nicole, what's your boss or bust?
So I'm kind of on the clean eating train
Yeah.
as well. And well, I think Easter kind of probably did it to a lot of us.
Okay.
And I went to Edmonton to visit my sister and my nephew, and there was just an excessive amount of alcohol and chocolate eaten. So I decided on the Monday, I was like, okay, I'm going to just stop drinking wine.
Why would you say
Oh,
something so
no.
crazy?
So sorry.
And I'm going to eat really clean, and I'm going to work out 5 days a week again, because I used to be an Orange Theory fanatic.
Love
and I
Orange
would get
Theory.
up at 4:45 in the morning.
And you probably felt amazing when you were
I
doing
felt
it.
so good, and I fell off the wagon so hard. And long story short, I had wine on Monday night.
And then here we are Tuesday
12
morning.
hours.
poured
12
wine.
hours later.
But the boss part of it is that I have stuck to no drinking during the week. So that's great. And
You realize it's what day? Wednesday?
Tuesday.
And you have a glass of red wine in front of you.
She didn't
Okay.
ask for it in her defense.
yeah,
She didn't.
I'm not buying, let me rephrase that. I'm not purchasing any wine for my house.
Hey, I've been
During
there
the
before.
week?
I've made that rule.
And we'll
Respect.
see how it
It's
goes.
an
And
interesting boundary, and I like it.
I ordered myself, I got drunk and ordered myself a mini trampoline in January.
This gets better and better.
And decided I was going to become this like trampoline, or they call it a rebounder in the fitness world. So I was going to become a rebounder.
What is a rebounder?
It's a mini trampoline.
Oh,
mini
that's
trampoline.
But the
I
fitness
thought you meant like you
people-
were defining yourself as a
the,
rebounder.
the fitness people call it a rebounder, and you YouTube these rebounder workouts, and they're insane.
I bet they are.
there is
So I've been attempting to become this like expert rebounder, but I'm
Cool.
quite bad still.
That's
learning.
okay.
I'm learning. I'm getting
Good
there.
for you.
There's something with it though, this trampoline theory, because I've heard someone talking about this before, and it's like the way like every day you like shake your lymphatic system up.
Yes.
Really. Like your body needs that vertical
Yeah.
movement.
It's
Just as you get older, the problem is you need a diaper.
I know that they're always
Yeah.
like, you can
It
do this till you're
changes.
Try having
90,
3 kids.
95. I'm like, oh, good. I'm doing a workout with 95-year-olds
Yes.
watching this. But it's supposed to be zero impact because I have a bad shoulder from doing hair. So it's supposed to be zero impact. And the equivalent of 10 minutes is like a 45-minute run. So I thought,
Go
done.
for it.
Sounds
So
great.
I ordered my trampoline.
That's a boss.
That's
a boss.
Yeah, I like
We're working
it.
on
that. Good for you.
I'm about to buy one.
Donnie's gonna
Does
buy one
Amazon
promptly
have
after
these mini
this.
trampolines?
That's where I
Because
bought
Donnie's-
it. It showed up at the salon, and the girls
only-
were like, "Why is there a trampoline at the front?" I was like, "I don't know. maybe I'm an influencer, and people are sending me things.
Maybe I'm an influencer. I love it.
Maybe it's a new way to cut
I
hair.
was like, "Oh," and then I was like, "Wait a second. I ordered that when I was drunk.
It just dawns
it
on
took
you.
you a
You're like,
minute.
ooh.
I'm not an
Oh,
influencer."
that is really good. That's a good story.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, Donnie, weekly obsession.
Okay, you guys are going to think I'm a total weirdo, but I was supposed to be sleeping early last night, and I got reading on my phone about numerology. Do you? Okay, we need to talk about this because this is kind of new to me. Do you know what your number is?
Well, isn't it like your birthday month?
Yeah, you like add up the
Yeah.
digits of like your birthday.
Yeah, and then it's like the day you were born too.
Yeah, so like for me, it'd be like June 24th, 2001. But you find your number, and it is so accurate and telling about you. And there's so many theories. I'm literally like, I was just reading last night, so I definitely am going to botch it if I try to describe what numerology is.
What's your number?
I'm a 6.
I forget. I'm either a 3 or a 6, but I think it's a 3.
What day were you born?
4th.
Then isn't it just like 4?
No, because it's
'cause we
like
divide
it's
it
the
by
month.
something.
Okay, so June 24th for me would be like 06, 24, and then like 1983, 1983. So you add up every digit, and you like keep adding them until you get one digit, basically. And so mine's 6. But then there's like where I got really intrigued is there's master numbers. I'm like, what's a master number? Who's a master number? And the master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. And you never would like break those down any further. If you get 11, you get 11 or 22. And I was so intrigued. I'm like, what's a master number? So I'm like starting to add up. I don't have a master number, but I'm starting to add up like my kids and like Ev's. I'm like, oh, Ev's probably a master number. He's got like a ferocious personality. And who do you think has a master number in my family?
Emerson.
Emerson.
For sure, Emerson.
Emerson. He
Without
is
a
so,
doubt.
and like one of the things I started reading, he's an 11, and it says your master number brings a higher vibration and an intensity that is undeniable. It's so crazy.
He's very intense.
And also emotional. Like it talks about the sensitivity. Like you can read about these people, but the key is they're like these wounded healers. They're like really like powerful individuals, and they're like really big feelers. Sorry, that was my computer. Anyway, so I just started reading, and both Emerson and Elias both actually have different numbers, but they're both like different master numbers and like different ways. And it was
Interesting.
very accurate and interesting to like kind of get into it. And then Ev and I actually had a lot of similarities, which is funny because we don't have a lot in common. And you're kind of like, you'd think we would almost clash personalities, but like ours actually work really well in tandem. So that kind of makes sense. I'm like, okay, that's why we're together.
It all makes sense
I
now.
found it out. So anyways, I was like obsessively reading about it, and I just like want to like continue. I want to get a book and just like explore it a little bit more. But anyways, you guys should all figure out your number. Carly, I bet you we're like a similar number because I feel like we have like the same
I could see that.
vibration.
September 4th, 2001. 88.
Okay, well, my weekly obsession is one of our newest brands called Mary Rich. I got the t-shirt number 402, and I cannot stop wearing it. It's their roll cuff, oversized boxy tee with some like burnouts in it and like a beautiful leather patch on the back. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Every time I wear it, people compliment it, and I love it.
I always regret not ordering something when we're like, okay, we're going to do an order. Like, who wants what? And I'm like, no, I'm too poor. I can't. I always regret not ordering. But this, I really regret not ordering. Even that clear bag.
I have the clear bag.
I love it. And
Mine's
it's not
got the
even my
clear top.
style, but I love it.
They have a clear, I don't know what we're calling them, fanny pack?
The belt bag.
belt bag.
Oh,
I call it a fanny pack still. I just can't get over that because I'm an 80s baby, but they have a clear belt bag that is so freaking cool. I love it. I want to wear it crossbody.
The black
With my
one is
t-shirt.
so versatile and wearable too. I think I want
tee?
what's it called? No, I want the t-shirt.
Oh, the
and
belt
t-shirt
bag.
dress.
Oh, yeah.
But the belt bag.
We have the black belt bag. We don't have the clear in
I just
stock.
think it's done in such an approachable way.
It's so
It's
beautiful.
like really, you could wear it so many different
really
ways.
subtle. I'm obsessed. I can't stop wearing my t-shirt.
I'm living with this regret every day. And every day you wear your t-shirt or Megan wears her t-shirt. So mad.
We do wear our t-shirts every day.
Yeah. every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
What's your weekly obsession, Carly?
Okay, so my weekly obsession is mason bees.
What?
Mason bees. So they're the species of bees. They don't produce honey, which, fun fact, only 5% of bees actually do produce honey.
No way.
They're just like super pollinators. So they're different because they're not aggressive at all, and the males actually don't even sting, and the females, they kind of keep away from you. So this kind of ties into like my things I'm working on too. Like I'm all about my garden this year. But so mason bees, you buy them and you build them these little tubes, and they just kind of like lay their babies and go around and pollinate. And they're great because they're pretty docile. They're not really aggressive or anything. And
So are you going to become a beekeeper?
I a little bit am a beekeeper, yes.
So you have that right now.
So Dave and I have the little bees. They're in our fridge. They're supposed to be out already because the females die in the summer after they've laid their eggs and everything. But yeah, we're supposed to be already. You got these like little houses. They're so cute.
And they don't like sting you?
No, like obviously they could, but the males don't, and they're really shy. They're good to have around if you have like kids or anything like that. So, and they just pollinate your garden.
I love that you have bees. This is one of my favorite things about you.
I'm truly shocked and like did not expect to hear that at all. Like she went from trying to crowd surf and getting tied down by security to being a beekeeper, and
Carly
I'm
has a
shocked.
very cool balance as a person.
I do, but
I'm like, so
I love
I should be
gardening.
getting
so.
these.
Yeah,
I should be-
100%. You need them, mason bees.
because they're gonna help pollinate the garden. But you said if you have kids, you want them.
Well, no, they're just not aggressive, really.
Right.
They're quite shy. They like the males don't sting. Females kind of.
Okay, so where do I start? Like, how do I do this?
You just go like they sell them at nurseries.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and now that you know about mason bees, you'll see signs at nurseries like mason bees. It's kind of late actually. You're supposed to already have them by now, and they're
you put
little.
them
You get
in
these
your
like little houses.
Yeah.
And like these little tubes that you put in the house, and they go in and like they like bring clay and stuff like that, and like make their little nests and stuff.
Where do you keep the houses? Well, like you keep them in
There's
the house and then you
certain-
let them free?
You just like put the little house up and put them in these little tubes.
Oh, in the garden.
Like in your
Yeah,
garden.
like it's
Oh,
like it's almost like a
cute.
birdhouse.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a bee
They're
house.
exactly.
So
Oh
do
my
you
gosh,
have to
I
do it
want a
every
yard.
spring?
I think you would want to. The females die
Yeah.
every
So you need more
summer.
females.
Yeah,
Do the males hibernate?
I believe they do.
Wow, we're quizzing you fully on these.
She's
fully are. I'm like
lying,
new
though.
to
She
the-
doesn't know.
I'm
She didn't know the
new-
answer to that.
I'm
I
new
could
to
tell.
the bee game, but I'm pretty sure that the males do hibernate, like a little cocoon or whatever. But
I'm
love
going to do
this.
this.
This is so
I think you
good.
should.
I feel like that is a very good step,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do that after I landscape. I live in a dirt pit right now. So.
Definitely.
All right, Nicole, what's your weekly obsession?
So I'm obsessed. Have you ever heard of cupping? Like,
Yes.
You know, with the
Yeah,
massage?
but I
just
don't
did
really
this,
understand
like a couple
it.
weeks ago.
Okay, so I live for it, and I go usually about once a week to get a cupping session done. But in the last few months, this is like my weekly obsession every week. She gave me my own at-home cups.
Oh, amazing.
So I just sit there at night and I like work out all the scar tissue on my arms and my shoulder and everything that's causing me pain. And I also, she gave me a little bit of like side tips. If you do it on your face and like your ass, it helps with cellulite and wrinkles. So
amazing.
I lay in bed and watch Friends and cup my face. So
I love
I was
it.
just doing it
Do you have, like,
aggressively last
marks,
night.
though?
I just did it last night for like 45 minutes and I have nothing.
What?
But you did last night. Like you
No,
probably-
because you drag it. So
Yeah,
it
like,
like
they
drags
leave
out all the
one.
like the
You do. I saw a mark on
So,
your shoulder, and
the
I was
marks
like,
on my
I got
shoulders
you
are
cupping.
because that's from I'll put it on and leave it stationary
Yeah.
for like 20 minutes to try and like draw up all the
Because
fascia.
it brings all the good blood and the bad, I
it
guess,
gets
blood
kind of
cells,
rid
right?
of the bad blood.
Yeah.
And kind of like flips it over. So when you're dragging it on your skin, it just helps to like plump up.
Yeah.
It's like a really natural way to get rid of wrinkles and cellulite.
I love that. That's so good.
Also sounds cheaper than Botox. Where do I get
Yeah,
Where do you
it's
get your
way
cups?
cheaper than Botox.
And you can just order these on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I get them from my RMT.
You should do one in your box.
I know. I was just talking to her. I was like, how many can we get?
Yeah.
How many can I order?
My clients are obsessed with them because I'm constantly doing it while I'm talking on my Instagram stories. So
Oh, I love that. That's such a good one. Donni, who's your boss babe crush?
So I'm gonna use Keisha from Aura Fitness. I just got a membership there, and I did one of her. She's got such unique classes, and she does a lot of the infrared yoga, so you can go just for that. But she also has a full spin studio, and they have she's been on the podcast, so our listeners already know. But I went there and they had a class that was half spin, half hot yoga. And I was like, what a perfect combination. Because Carley and I were kind of sharing that an hour of spin is can be really intimidating. And it's just too much of the same. And first, if you're kind of mentally, you get bored really easily, which is me. I'm like, this is my perfect class.
That sounds amazing. I like her a
highlight
lot.
that I'm a boss for doing that. But
No, it's good.
Keisha has
You are
a
a
really
boss.
cool thing going.
Yeah.
And she's also going to be carrying our basics. which
Maybe
is
even by the
exciting.
time this comes out, she'll have her order.
Yeah. So go see her.
She's
and
amazing.
Take the class, and you might see me.
Okay, my boss babe crush is an artist that Dan and I discovered in Quebec. Her name is Aniko, and she's done work for Elle, Marie Claire, Lancome, Aldo, and a bunch of other companies. And she
Okay,
has
what's
this
her
really
name?
cool style. Aniko, Anicko. I was gonna have her profile up and ready, but she has really cool art that I actually quite love. It's bold and bright. It's not. Do you see her, Donni?
Yeah, I'm on her page right now.
It's really neat.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I love her.
She uses a lot of geometry.
Yes, it's very geometric, very bright. We found a couple that we were like, oh, that's such beautiful art. And of course, since Dan has worked in fine art, he doesn't anymore, but he has such a greater understanding and appreciation of art, which I always have. So it's fun looking at that with him. And yeah, we have our eye on a couple pieces. So that was really cool to discover her. She's awesome.
You always have the best boss babe.
I just have random ones.
No, they're always so
always-
well prepared, and I feel like
Yeah,
they're
and,
very intentional.
Yes.
Who's yours, Carley?
I'm going to throw it out to our girl, Tasha.
Yes.
Can we talk about her cute little videos, the YouTube
Yeah.
videos?
Her little styling videos. Well, I mean, I feel like
just
Hunter is
so
a
cute.
collaborative.
Yeah,
boss
Hunter's
babe
behind the
crush on
scenes
that.
there.
Yeah,
Throw that
she
one
is.
out to you too, Hunter. But yeah, you're so welcome. Tasha's just so cute. Her style
She is.
it really shows through the videos too. She picks the pieces and she just styles
Everything's
them.
adorable
she's so
on her.
Cute.
Yeah, she's done a really good job with
So
those.
there's
I do
a
like
pair
them.
of crops that we want to highlight in the video, but she's too tiny to wear them.
She's too
And so
short.
Bailey's like, "Can you come and do it?" I'm like, "I don't know if I can live up to that."
No.
That's putting
Nobody
myself
can.
in a really vulnerable situation. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
And she
Tasha's
does-
gotten really good at them.
She looks
really
so
is.
comfortable in the camera too. Like
Yeah.
I would die inside
And
if
I take-
Hunter made me do that. Like I can't.
She's so good.
She's so good.
Yeah, we love her. Nicole, who's your boss babe crush?
So her name is Rhea Kitsch. You might have heard of Kitsch Wines.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I met her.
Oh yeah. So she and her husband, they have Kitsch Wines among a few other.
Trevor.
Yeah.
He was on our podcast.
Oh really?
Yes, we had him our first, the first probably.
Oh,
20
they're
episodes.
such an amazing couple in general.
Their property is unbelievable. too.
incredible. And I look up to her so much as an entrepreneur and a woman in business. She's always so humble, and she does so much behind the scenes that people don't even ever notice or realize that it's her putting the work in and doing, everything to get their business to the next level. She's a huge member in the community. She's very supportive of small businesses and me and all women and the whole community. And they're really good at creating a community around their brand.
Yeah.
And they opened Kitsch around the time that we opened Pomme. And so I've always looked up to them as a way of bringing the community together over something that people can bond about. So I just think
love
she's
that.
the ultimate.
I
And
love
she's
what
got
they're
kids, and she just finds a really natural way to balance like life and work and fun and make it look so easy.
Yeah, she's a mom.
Yeah.
And we podcasted on their property at their house, and they have the most adorable kids.
They're so sweet.
And you can feel it
Yeah.
from them. Their energy
they're
is
just so cool. Like you
so
just want to
cool,
be
but they're really,
in their presence.
You can just see they're so entrepreneurial.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always like thinking, and their wheels are always turning, and I think it's
That's their property.
Damn.
Yeah.
and their winery
like
is
Naramata?
It's in Kelowna.
It's in Kelowna. So Carley just pulled up the website, and you can go for tours and tasting on their property, and I highly recommend it.
It's beautiful.
and they've
It
got
is stunning.
they opened the winery. It's like in the garage of that house, and it's just so cool. And they have a totally unique approach to wine, and I have so much respect because they took a big risk because of the way wine is usually seen and portrayed, and they completely kind of broke down a lot of those barriers to build more of a brand around their business. And I think it's amazing what they've done.
That's
I
awesome.
love that. Donni, what's one thing you're working on improving this week?
I am working on a couple things. One of the things is always like being more present with my family. And I feel like there's endless amount of things I could be doing to work on my business constantly. And I had to say no to a couple big events last week that generally I was like, I should be here. I should be going. And I was like, no, I'm getting sick. I have to be present. I feel like I could be endlessly away and not present. And I was like, I'm just been very intentional about trying to choose that. But part of that as well, and I'm sure you've noticed that we've had a lot of really integral conversations about this, is kind of being on top of like changing retail and how it's changing. And we talk about it a lot. And it's been a bit of a current obsession of mine. So I would say that that's something I work on every single day.
Yeah, that's a good one. Something I've been working on improving is we talked about the concept in our staff meeting a while ago of painting done, which is just essentially really being clear on tasks and what done looks like. Instead of being like, hey, this is the task on the table, it's like, what exactly does that look like? And I dropped the ball on it for a couple weeks. So I'm going to work on that this week of like really painting done, because we haven't like talked about it as much lately. And I was like, oh, we got to get back on that.
I feel like we've been practicing it though. Like this concept
I feel like I haven't.
has been, I think about it a lot, and I notice like it's affected the way that I delegate in a lot of ways, because I think it's something I wasn't strong at. Like, how do you outline what the outcome looks like? Not just delegating something as a task, but what do you actually want to see when it's done?
Yeah, it's a really good concept. If anyone doesn't know it, Google it. It's a Brene Brown concept, and she explains it better than I could. Carley, what are you working on?
Well, like I said, mentioned the mason bees. Working on my garden.
Yep.
So it's been a couple. Last year I didn't really do much. I had a couple hanging baskets. It was sad. So I
Still better than me.
decided.
I live in a condo.
Well, I've got a really nice green space and like a patio, so I can do quite a bit there. But I've decided I'm gonna do mint. That's like basically a weed, but mint for like
Mojitos.
You say it's a weed,
Mojitos.
but we have fresh mint at the salon. We make mojito water for our clients.
nice.
So we
Fancy
freeze
spa water.
mint and lime in our cubes. But
it.
we have managed our mint is dying very rapidly right now. Like, how do you kill mint?
I know.
That's
That's
funny.
a really good
It
idea,
grows
though,
like
to freeze
wildfire.
Yeah, so we just have cubes pre-done in the freezer, and we just throw it
Do
in.
you puree it? So they're like,
It's big chunks, so it's like super like fragrant, and
That's a
and
really
then we
good
have
idea.
sparkling or flat, so we have like sparkling mojito water for our clients.
good idea, right?
Oh my God.
That's a really good
Very
idea.
domestic.
That's
People
really
come over.
good.
It's like quick glass of water, grab a couple cubes.
Yeah, a couple mint
Yeah.
Yeah.
cubes. Well,
Vodka.
once my mint plant is flourishing,
Yeah.
then
We
I'll be a
expect
mint
it-
millionaire.
I've put some gin in after hours many times.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have. Nicole, what's one thing you're working on improving this week?
So it's funny that you guys mentioned kind of like task oriented. I have a lot on the go right now, and I have a lot of really big projects coming up. So I'm trying to be focused on being less like busy, and just the word like busy. Oh my gosh, I have so much to do, and trying to be more task and end result oriented. So like, what do I need to get done today, and what can we put on the list for next week, and really sticking to my list and focus on more just like getting through the tasks and being less busy.
I like the intentionality behind this.
Yeah, I think it's a word that we throw around a lot just to almost make an excuse for maybe letting the day get away from us and not getting as much done as we wanted to, and we can just use it as an excuse. Oh my gosh, I was so busy today. Like, why though? So I've just been trying to be more conscious of what does busy mean to me, and am I being productive when I'm being busy?
Because I feel like this is the thing, and I think this goes really hand in hand with what I'm working on as well this week. If you're supposed to be in a delegating position, busy should never really be an excuse.
No.
It's more time management.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I'm trying to be smarter with how I spend my time.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. On the topic of you, let's dive in a little bit more. You told us a little bit about who you are and what you do, but how did you start Pomme? Like, where did this come from?
So we're celebrating our 4-year anniversary, or we will have celebrated by the time this goes to air, but it's May 12th. So we are just finished 4 years into our 5th year. So I opened the salon when I was 26, and I'd been thinking about it since I was about 24, but I knew just my age. I was not old enough to be able to take that on yet. So I wanted to get a little bit more experience. So I worked at the salon that I previously worked at for my whole career. So I've only ever worked at my last salon and my salon.
Well, I started the store. I'd never worked in retail. So.
It's almost better to go into it blind, I think.
With an open mind.
Yeah. And so I saw this as a really good opportunity when I was opening I'm sure you guys can relate to retail and the salon. Our industries were really on the cusp of changing big time. And we've seen the industry change so much in the past 5 years. And so I thought, you know what? I'm young. Everyone hates millennials right now for some reason, but I'm going to utilize the fact that I am one, and I'm going to take this as an opportunity to create something different. So I wanted to create a team-based environment where the stylists felt like they had a say and an input, because they may work for Pomme, but it's still their own business behind the chair. So I really wanted to create something that they felt like they could create their own life balance, because the industry is changing so much. A lot of stylists were going out on their own into private studios and taking away that sense of community in our industry, and everyone was very isolated and solo. And I just know my personality. I would die a slow death in one of those studios. So I wanted to have an environment that the stylists felt like they could stay working in a salon yet have the freedom of something like that. So we have some girls that take a month off every year. We have some girls that work 4 days a week. So a really curated schedule that works for them within the brand. And then growing off of that is involving our clients, creating a community with the clients. So utilizing social media to benefit not only ourselves in marketing, but to benefit them. So they feel like they have a say in where they're going, because the salon, like we were talking about before, you feel so connected to it. You feel so like your hairdresser is a very big part of your life. The things I know, I tell ya.
Before you get too far into that, I relate so much to that approach to managing your business. Like, you're talking about involving the customers. I think that's always been our central idea, is like customer service, and how do we really like engage with them. One of the reasons we started the podcast, but even enhancing that, like with your employees, it seems you do the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like my team is always such a formative part of the decision-making process.
100%, especially when you work in smaller groups like we have, smallish teams. You want everyone to feel like they have a voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so it's a small but mighty team, and it can be challenging sometimes because managing all the opinions to create one strong focus, but we're there, and it works really well. And I'm very picky about who I hire because everyone needs to get along creatively, professionally, and everybody needs to be able to work together and support each other. So I never want to bring somebody in that's going to really like disrupt that. So I'm really careful with who I bring onto the team, and I make sure that it's going to be a cohesive with everybody. So
That's so smart. And you also have created such a strong brand. Was that something that you really intentionally did in the beginning, or is it something that as you went, you developed?
when I opened Pomme, I had a very clear vision of creating a beauty brand for Canadian women. And I've always wanted to be growing this brand nationally because I've felt like there's really nowhere for what we call the everyday girl to go and get advice and feel like they're connected. It's usually super high-end and luxury or very like consumer driven. So I wanted to create more of like a community for my sister. I peg my sister as the everyday girl. So I always ask her and her friends, like, what do you guys think of this? What would you like this? And they've always been really vocal with what they would want within like a beauty brand in a community. So creating something that they feel comfortable coming to and asking questions.
It's like you have a test panel without even having to have sought one out. It's just there.
That's what happens when you have 3 siblings.
Oh my goodness.
You utilize them.
Yeah, I bet you do. And your brand is so intentional. I can tell that that is something that you've put thought and effort into. How does your team contribute to that?
So my team, there's 4 stylists that have been with me since day one. And most of us, one of the girls I've worked with for my entire career, and the other girls I've worked with for over 7 years now. So us core have worked together for a very long time. And then my front desk operations manager, Brooklyn, she's been with me since day one as well. I actually hired her as an assistant, and the salon didn't even exist yet. And she was only like just 20, so she was quite young when I hired her, and she was like, can I see the space? And I was like, sorry girl, it doesn't exist.
There's no space.
But like, you're hired, trust me,
It's going to be good.
and there was so the first day we opened and we were all fully booked hairdressers, and we were like, here you go. So they've grown with me since the beginning. So there's obviously, haven't been without growing pains, but their input since the beginning has been really great in helping to keep the brand focused. And then bringing the other girls in along the way has just been incredible. We call ourselves the Pomme Squad, and then our clients are called the Pomme Shells. So it's just all part of branding.
So cute.
I love it. I love it so much. I love that. Like, everything is so seamlessly integrated, but it's not forced.
Yeah,
It's like it
staying
just feels
authentic
right.
is very huge for me. So keeping it real is a number one priority. I never want to feel like something is fake or pre-rehearsed or anything. So there's swears on our, professional Instagram stories, and like,
It's real life.
yeah.
I like that relatability because I think I can't remember the words you used, but there's either like a professional high-end salon or whatever the word you used for a different kind of salon. But I feel like at a lot of stages you feel disconnected from your salon. Like you're not, you can't relate to it so much on a daily basis, except, I need to go get my hair done. So then you go and experience it. But I feel like people that follow you day to day.
Yeah. They're very invested.
Yeah.
My personal Instagram, they're very invested into like what my boyfriend, because he doesn't have social media. So I record him all the time without him knowing.
He must love that.
So he doesn't know. He legit 100%
Has no idea.
No. And like you mentioned, like you and your husband are quite different. Like Corey and I are 100% opposite humans. So it's quite funny. And clients will see him on the street and they're like, Corey, oh my gosh. And he's like, hey, who are you? Okay. So it's just, building
great.
that authenticity around the brand.
You can see it that it's there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's,
I think you guys
that
have really
that
hit
makes
it.
me happy. And when people want to be part of it and say that makes me so happy.
And then you've taken a bit of a swerve too, because as you've spoken about the changes in the industry, now you're swerving a little bit and giving customers even more what they want with the Pomme box.
Like,
Yeah.
finally, I'm like, I want to talk about the box so much.
Yeah. So, with the oversaturation of everything on the market with Amazon and eBay and all these crazy overseas beauty sites, it's very overwhelming as to what to buy for product. And
And there's so many problems. Like, I have dry hair, I have fine hair, I have coarse hair, my hair doesn't hold a curl, my hair's blonde, my hair's brunette. Like, there's a million different.
there's so many problems. It's so overwhelming. And even when clients were coming into the salon, just seeing all the options on the shelf, if you're just kind of getting into it, or even if you've been, focusing on your hair for years, it's still like if you haven't found the products that you love, it's very discouraging. And you just almost feel like it's a chore to go to the salon and like, I have to get new shampoo and I have to get my hair done. And I was like, no, it's fun. And like, you gotta love it. So that's kind of what inspired me. My clients the Pomme clients inspired me to start the Pomme Beauty Box, which is a box specifically designed for your hair type. We have it out fine, medium, and thick. I really want to eventually be able to do it more hair type specific, so like curly hair, but we're just still kind of working with that.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. So right now we have it broken out with those three, and they're designed to make your life easier, and we did all the work for you, and we have our YouTube tutorials.
Yes, I
Well,
love that.
What I really love about this is when we started the podcast, we like really truly at the heart of it, we were like, how do we bring customer service digital? Because that's what's lacking. Like when you go to a website, I don't know what to get. How do you get the same
Human
one-on-one
connection.
human connection as you do when you come into a store or you come into the salon and you're getting that, but you're finding this creative niche where you're giving them the education in such a genuine way, and they're getting a connection.
Yeah, it's because you guys work in retail, so it's so hard to recreate that human connection online, and it's missed so easily.
Yeah.
And so this was a way that I thought, we could definitely bring everybody a little bit closer together through the online world.
It's very smart.
I love that. And they're amazing products too. It's not like, oh, you had a bunch of product left over. Like we were talking before, like you sent us a few boxes before we recorded, and full size products, most of it.
Yeah.
And like what's it called? The morning after dust?
Yeah. The
Oh
dry
my
shampoo.
gosh.
Yeah. So we
Amazing
put
products.
number one selling products in the boxes. So that was another thing that I wanted to do in the box was the market is so saturated now with even beauty boxes, but a lot of it is last year's product or stuff that you would literally never use. And so I really,
or all sample size.
yeah. So
I'm
I
fine
really
with the
wanted to
mix.
work with our brands to get the best of the best product into these boxes, and the actual like hottest product on the market right now for you guys.
I really we get a lot of stuff like sent to us or whatever. You try things.
Oh,
and
you're real
also-
influencers. Okay.
Sorry.
No,
You don't buy
we are
things
not.
when you're drunk.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. But
I'm totally
we
joking.
also we're in the industry where we have a ton of products to try at our fingertips.
Yeah.
When we got the box, I've literally used every single thing.
That
in
makes me
box.
so happy.
My morning after dust is almost empty.
Oh, that
and
makes
so
me
is the
so
pink
happy.
one. The
the
60s
Sauvage Panache. That is the best texture spray.
for short hair.
Yeah, in the world.
Yes.
Can't stop.
But also the silk pillowcase.
I know. I take mine traveling and I put it on the hotel pillow.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I have a bright teal one so I don't forget it. I'm a bit
That's
of a
really-
germaphobe too.
that's
So
That's a smart idea. Amazing
smart
products.
idea.
It was
Aw,
really
thank
impressive, and I didn't really expect it surpassed my expectations. Let's
Yeah,
put it
not that we
way.
had low expectations for
But
you.
hadn't it?
yeah,
but just
no,
And
100%.
my idea of subscription boxes, there's a lot of sample size things. So I feel like
Totally.
it was just, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. There's so many
And I
amazing
and I want them to be able to work together too. So you use your texture spray, then your morning after dust, and you have your shower cap. So if you do your hair, you can save it and all that kind of, and it's so funny because the shower caps that are in the box are definitely like our grandma's shower caps.
Yeah.
But I market tested like
They're
8
amazing.
shower caps, and these were the most waterproof ones. So I was like, "Okay, they're going in because they are the
That's
highest
all that
performing."
matters.
And they're
If it doesn't,
funny.
jobs,
Like
there's
They're
a
so
hilarious.
cute.
Mine is hanging in my shower. Like
So is mine.
Literally, I really used it. And I think that's another thing too. Like we're kind of over mass consumerism. Like we want things we need. We don't want
Yes.
just excess of things like, 99 pounds of chili for $1. Like we don't want that anymore. Like,
Or
consumerism is dead.
or a 4L Kirkland size shampoo. Like,
No.
who needs that much shampoo?
No.
Well, you're gonna
Carley.
stop
She'll
shampooing
shampoo
every
twice.
day.
Every day,
Actually.
twice. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then the other thing that we talked about that you've just redone is your website also, which ties into the box and everything.
Yes. So when I opened, I knew I wanted I knew I needed e-commerce. It wasn't even
You're aware of the
necessarily,
market shift.
yeah, it wasn't even necessarily a want. It was a necessary need to be competitive. Our main competitors in our industry are Amazon, unfortunately, and Sephora. So I kind of had a lackluster e-commerce. I was new, opening the salon, young, and the investment of and time.
It's
and
really intimidating too.
it's so
Seems like it
overwhelming
just
when you
works
start to get
forever
into it.
and-
You realize it's so much more than just throwing some photos up on a WordPress document.
Oh yeah.
Which I think for a long time, a lot of us, I naively thought that, how hard is it to start a website?
Well, because everyone's like, oh, just grab like a WordPress theme and you plug in your information.
Yeah.
They make it sound like it's nothing.
I have so much respect for e-commerce
Yeah.
businesses now. So over the last,
It looks great.
no,
I'm looking at her
Don't-
website and she's
no.
like, it's not done. No.
it's not done.
Maybe when
Girl,
the podcast comes
if
out.
I didn't already have one, I'd be subscribing right now.
Oh,
I
that's
think it's great.
fantastic.
Yeah, I truly do.
So we really wanted to be competitive with Sephora.
Yeah.
And so our edge is obviously that we are a fully Canadian brand. We are more of a small business. So we're going to utilize that by having a lot more tutorials, a lot more blogs, showing you exactly how to use each product and creating a more cohesive layout on the website so it's easier shopping. So trying to create more human connection through our e-commerce. Also, Pomme can only be in so many places for the salons. So this is a really great way for people that don't live in Kelowna or, Western Canada, that they can still be part of the Pomme community. So they can still be Pomme shells and be involved within what we are up to through our website.
As a consumer, so many times I have gone online to buy a product that maybe I didn't have time to drive 20 minutes away to buy and was like, just deliver it to me. But I go on the website, I'm like, I don't know what this is for. I don't know how to use that. Like, there's such a disconnect because it's
Yeah.
like, buy this product. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. And
So that's very smart that you're doing those tutorials.
yeah, and we just wanted to create something that was, like you said, less intimidating. Because again, I go to my sister and her friends
Yeah.
and I'm asking them, like, what do you guys search for when you're looking for a product online?
Yeah.
And they said one of the reasons that they usually end up choosing something like Amazon, say, it's because it's easy. It's right there. It's in front of them. It's simple and it's clear what the product is. So we took kind of bits and pieces from those websites that know what they're doing, Amazon, Sephora, and we created a smaller
Local version.
local version
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. That's really smart.
I love it.
I think your business sense is so strong, and just hearing about you talking about what people need, you're obviously listening to your customers, which is probably one of the most important things in creating your business and how it runs.
There's a salon on every corner.
Sure.
And there's a million extremely talented hairstylists. Like I always say, I'm not even that good of a hairdresser.
Right.
I'm okay. But it's my brand that keeps people coming back, and my education, and I'm very real with my clients, and I'll a girl will sit in my chair and I'll be like, can I be honest with you? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yes, please. Like, I feel like that's what my stylists before was lacking is they won't tell me that it's not possible. I'll be like, girl, you are not ever going to be blonde.
Yeah.
So unless you're willing to do this, 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 and this, and this. And so just creating an authentic relationship and taking that, what I've been working on for 10 years with my clients and doing that with the rest of my brand.
And you said even, you made a comment before we started recording that even if there's someone that comes in and wants a certain style or haircut and you know you're not the right person for them, you'll recommend someone else.
100%. The girls that work with me at Pomme are so talented. So a lot of the times, especially because I'm getting busier, if someone is referred to me and if I think another girl can do a better job, I have no ego, no problem referring them away.
I love that.
And clients feel then like they're really being heard if a stylist is telling them to their face, like, look, I really think you should go see, you know, Kate or Sarah or Mel to get this hair done. They're like, wow, you're actually thinking of my needs.
Yeah. Which is ultimately what a person wants to feel, because they're not $20 haircuts anymore.
No.
They're not coming into a barber shop, right?
No.
You want to make sure that they're having a good experience.
Yeah.
For longevity.
And because there's, like I said, there's so many talented artists, it's about the experience that matters nowadays.
Yeah, it really is.
I also think an interesting angle is that as time goes by, you're going to be so busy growing the brand that it will tear you away from maybe your passion that got you started. And so how do you feel about that?
I have been lately really trying to focus on what that's going to look like, just because there's a lot of things happening in the near future. And I know, I mean, I'm willing to work, but there's really only so many hours in the day. So I know that I'm going to eventually have to cut back. And I'm okay with it because I feel really strong about the team that have created and will be creating future teams within Pomme. So I feel really confident recommending my clients to other people. So I still feel like I get to follow my passion because I'm building up stylists and I'm helping them create kind of like their own brand behind the chair. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to fully give up doing hair. I'm like, I think I'll just keep it.
Dabble.
Yeah. It's kind of like where I get to honestly turn off my brain and just like get to have so much fun.
And interaction and relationship.
Yeah.
It keeps you in touch with your customers too.
Totally. Yeah.
Sometimes like I feel like what my job has become, like this is not what I signed up for originally. Like when I first started the business, like your job is such a, like when you're growing a business, your career is changing based on the members of the team that you have. And essentially like what I started doing was sales. And now I'm, you know, behind the scenes completely growing the business. And sometimes, you're like, I did not sign up for this, but it's great. And you just have to choose your role and how you want that to look. Yeah. But it's a bit of a struggle when it's like a passion.
100%.
In your industry. That
Yeah. I really love what I do, which I feel really lucky for.
Can you give us a little sneak peek about what's coming up for Pomme and Pomme Beauty Box?
So the summer box, we just finished shooting on Sunday, and for the summer box, and it's going to be so...
Oh, I can't wait.
So good. So for the summer box, we wanted to make it travel friendly because so many people are traveling in the summer. So we loaded it with airplane friendly sizes. So not samples, but airplane friendly.
Oh,
which
I'm
actually
with that.
in the box we got, we had an airplane friendly one, and that's what I took on my trip to Quebec, and I was like so bummed that I almost went through them because I was like, oh, now I need more.
So
I did too. I took them. I was traveling a lot.
It makes me so happy that you guys actually used it.
Perfect. I have good products to take.
Yes.
Yeah, because
you don't want to use hotel shampoo.
No.
So we loaded it with travel, sun-friendly, really easy products to use on the go. Most of them are air dry friendly for the beach. We threw there's a lot more accessories in this one to make your life a little bit easier for summer.
I'm obsessed
And
with
there's
hair
a few actual like face and beauty products in there as well this time. So
Okay,
it's
I'm gonna
all
have to get
about
the summer
making,
box.
and with the summer box, it's really exciting because we've partnered with the local charity Mamas for Mamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a portion of all of our proceeds are going to be going to them. They have it's like over an acre garden that they grow and harvest every year. And that's how they feed a lot of the moms. And then a zero waste grocery store just opened in Kelowna, and they've partnered with them. So they're going to trade their excess produce for meat that they can give to the mamas. So the money that we're raising with the summer box is going towards helping get irrigation and weeding and all of that in the garden. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah, we're
There's
going to
such
get the
a-
squad out there to weed, but
Yeah. Love it. There's such a
You should mention mason bees.
I'm like, now we need to talk about mason bees.
Are we doing a giveaway with a box?
I don't know.
Yes,
Are we?
let's do it.
We all look at Nicole. No pressure, but
Absolutely.
Dun, dun,
Yes,
dun.
absolutely.
that is
Okay.
exciting because I'm going to need to get one of those boxes too. I didn't know that's what was coming up for summer. I'm like, well, great. Now I need to
Oh
order
man,
one.
it is seriously like, this is probably one of my favorite boxes just based on the actual product in it. I've been working with Kerastase, which is one of our luxury brands, and they typically don't ever allow something like this to happen because they are a luxury brand, and I've been working so hard with them, and we actually have Kerastase product in this box, which is incredible. So I'm really excited. And
That's
the summer
amazing.
box, just to make it a little bit more budget friendly, because we're trying to raise money for Mamas for Mamas. So the summer box is only $99.99 as well. So you're
Wow.
getting like $250 worth of product for $100.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody go order one. I'm really excited about this. I have to get my hands on one. Before we go, can you share with our listeners maybe a piece of advice or even a mantra that you're living your life by?
So my number one thing is like, you do you. I just stay authentic to who you are. And as hard as it is, you have to just silence the negativity and the naysayers. And the more success that you have and the more goals that you're achieving, whether it's professionally or personally, there's always going to be people that have something negative to say, and they're going to try and pull you back down to their level where they are too scared to leave from. And so I just stay in your own lane and stay laser focused on your goals, and don't let that negativity affect you, and just do you. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks or says. It's just an opinion, and you just need to be true and authentic to yourself. And I always say, like, I love a good hater, because it means that I've made it and people actually care what I'm about what I'm talking about, because they care enough to hate me.
That you said so many good things in there. I like everything that you said. We don't even need to add anything to it. It was so good. That's great advice.
Oh, I had so much fun hanging out with you guys today. You guys are so, I'm like, wait, my boss babe crushes are actually you guys.
Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. You definitely, I really like what you're about and how you've
thank
built your
you.
business. It's so authentic. Where can all of our listeners find you online?
So we are obviously on Instagram, Pomme_Salon, and myself, I'm Nicole Pomme Hair. I don't know about you guys, but I always start calling people by their hashtag.
Yeah.
Instagram.
I know.
their
At
handles?
some point in life, is that going to become more relevant? How you introduce
I
yourself?
know.
don't know.
We have
I
a,
hope not.
I'm
but-
at Pomme_Salon.
I'm Nicole Pomme Hair. I have a Pomme ambassador, and her Instagram is
I love it so much.
an ambassador for Pomme, and her Instagram is Table49, and I just call her Table. In her text, I'm like, hey, Table, can you come in today?
That is really sweet.
So you can find Pomme Salon and Nicole Pomme Hair, and then of course pommesalon.ca is our website, and you can find us on Facebook at Pomme Salon. I think that's all of our social tags.
Amazing.
We'll link everything.
We will link it
Awesome.
all. Thank you so much, Nicole,
Thanks for
being here with
having
us.
me. This was so fun.
You're lovely, and your pants are so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
We'll
you.
post a
You're
picture.
boomeranging those bad boys.
Okay, bye.
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 You can follow us on social at Style for the Priv and at Priv Talks Podcast. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, subscribe, and don't forget to leave us a review. We're giving you 20% off when you shop our website with the code PRIVTALKS, all caps and no spaces. And lastly, pop over to our Facebook group for exclusive scoops, giveaways, events, and more. Trust me, you want to be there. See you next week. Bye.